Hey y'all, what's up? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hope you all having a great weekend and the start of the beginning of the week. I myself having a good weekend. I'm going to work today. So before I go to work, I'm here getting you this part 2 of the read along of the Diddy trial. Like I said, I'm going to continue to do the read alongs until the end of the trial. So it will be a lot of parts. This is part 2. We're going to stop. We're going to continue when we left off from Wednesday. And let's do that. That's what it is. I'm going to read what's being said, and then I might have opinions in between the comments, in between the reading. If you have any comments, please put them down in the comment section. Chat with me. Replay game. Appreciate y'all. Please hit that like button. I know it's a Sunday early morning, but I have to do what's best for me. And so when y'all read this and y'all get it, this will be part 2 for you. Read along. Before we start, I want to do hold up. Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamond in the sky. Listen, before we start, I want to give a special shout out to Jasmine who sent me a Cash App this past Wednesday or Thursday for the read along I did on Wednesday. I appreciate you. So if you look at this video, I want to thank you for the Cash App. I really appreciate it. I don't expect much, but I do appreciate that. Listen, if y'all, once again, it's just the reading along of the trusted source, independent press. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not reading any social media posts. I'm not discussing what anybody in social media is talking about. I just read about what we read, and that's that. If you want to discuss the case further and discuss anything that we said, please click on my Discord. Click on my Discord, and you will follow me there. We do watch alongs there. We have discussions. We talk about things that may not be talked about on my channel. So you could talk to me there. And that's the best place to really communicate with me. If not, I do have other media, which is Instagram, Mr. Grown, which is Twitter, Mr._Grown. My Discord, I just shared the link. And then you feel so inclined to support me. My cash app $, Mr. 140. All right, so let's continue on. I know many people might not be on this live, but hey, like I said, the replay game is mainly for you to make sure you let me know you replay and comment down below. I would like to hear your comments. If not, you can hit my Discord and follow me there. When I do the read along, I will be behind the screen so you can still hear my voice and we'll read together. And if you come in, say hi, chat it up with me, and that's that. I'm gonna continue on, and then to a certain point, then I gotta go to work, and when I go to work, I stop whatever I stop at, and we continue from there for part 3. Okay, let's get into it, because I ain't gonna waste my time. I think I might be by myself anyway, so hey. So we stopped off of the freak offs in Hampton. So we know the prosecution is still questioning Cassie. This is their star witness and everything. And then everybody understand that Cassie witness and her testimony is the start of them putting together and nailing their case. They charging Diddy with racketeering, which is RICO charge, and saying that it's organized business that he was doing illegal activity. And to be honest, some elements she is showcasing is kind of showcasing what racketeering is. I know people say, where's the RICO? Where's the RICO? But y'all understand, y'all so focused on the sex part, y'all not focused on the other stuff that she's saying, hiring escorts, the coercion, the threats, the violence, all that stuff. So let's get into it. We're going to continue reading from this, and let's move on. Ventura. Sean wanted to have a freak off in the Hamptons. We got a hotel and an escort. AUSA, which one? Ventura, Dave. I took GHB. I went into a G-hole and blacked out. I woke up nude in the shower. Dave and Sean were freaking out. I bugged out. It wasn't pretty. Hey, CM Boo. Chad, I don't know how y'all doing it. Chad. I know, I just interested, but you just read it on. But people be going crazy online. But I'm just here, just giving y'all a trial reading and everything. Because it's tough. It's tough. But hey, we sticking through it. AUSA. Then what? Ventura. I spoke to a friend of Sean's and then we had a freak off. AUSA. What's this? Ventura. My eyebrow healed up a little bit. A week later, I have a permanent scar on my eyebrow. AUSA. What's this? Ventura. Me at the Cannes Festival. AUSA. What happened at Cannes? Victoria, Sean accused me of taking drugs from the boat. He threw me off, but my passport was still on the boat. He threw you off. Hey, Elite One, how you doing? What's up, liver of life? How you been? I don't know. You might get Brittany now because Brittany, she be watching my stuff, but she be working a lot, so you may catch her, but she might be watching the bushes. Not threw you off, but my passport was still on the boat. AUSA, and you were on the red carpet the same night? Victoria, yes. AUSA, did you attend the movie? Victoria, yes. Oh, you swim over there, girl. I know that's right. AUSA, how did you get back to New York? Victoria, on a commercial flight. I traded my seat to get away, but he traded to get next to me. Dang, she could never go away. He could never go away. And you see why she couldn't leave, y'all, all right? AUSA, what did he show you? Victoria, freak off videos. He played them for me on one of his laptops. He said he will release them. That's the blackmail. You see how he was doing? He was making sure if you leave me, child, if you leave me, this will be released. And everybody would say, why she just can't run away? Why she just can't leave? Why she can't do this? Why she can't do that? And she tried to do it numerous of times. And he kept coming after her. And what, blackmail and threatened to release the freaking freak offs of her. So even she got a commercial flight to get away from him, he still found her and got next to her. Like, really? That's scary. That is scary. AUSA, how did you feel? Victoria, trapped. AUSA, when you landed in New York, what did you do? Victoria, we went to dinner. He wanted to have a freak off, so we had a freak off. AUSA, why did you do it? Victoria, to make him not threaten me. Exactly. Everybody try to act like she's doing it because she wants to do it. I know some people, I know later on people will talk about the defense and defense gonna come and try and make it seem like she was willing to participate. Maybe in the beginning, but when it comes to the point when it's getting too much and I don't want to do it and my consent is withdrawn, that means I don't want to do it. And then you threatening me, you blackmailing me, so I had to do what I can to survive, and that's what she been doing. So she did it because she didn't want to get hit, and it would make him happy, let her get him off her back. So she had to do it. So it's not like she was willing to do it, but whatever. Let's move on. AUSA, let's read these from June 13, 2013. Has Sean been violent with you before this? Victoria, yes. AUSA, had you told him before you didn't want to do a free course? Victoria, yes. AUSA, you said you needed GHB? Victoria, yes. And that too escorts. And that too escorts not available. And I don't, to be Elite One, ain't no reason for her to lie. There ain't no reason for her to lie. She is telling the truth about everything she's saying. Unless it's proven otherwise, she is telling the truth. Ain't no reason for Cassie to get on the stand to lie and to embarrass herself. Because to be honest, even when stuff is not, even when stuff is not favored in her path, it's not favorable for her, she still tell the truth, even though it may look bad. So that's why I feel like she is telling all this truth. She don't have to read the lies that he threatened her. Lord. So she been 11 years of torment, and this is her testimony. So you got to believe her and to prove otherwise. But otherwise, I believe she's the true truth because even then, with stuff that is not favorable to her, she still tell the truth. Even when we make her look bad, even when we make people feel like, oh, the public opinion said, oh, Cassie this, Cassie that. And look, everybody's still women back and forth about, oh, she's the one that talks about she knows victim, she this. So she's telling the truth. Is she pregnant up there? Yeah, she's telling the truth. The question is, you should be commending her for speaking forward, speaking up. So all this is true. Her testimony. You can't, somebody's story, you can't question nobody's story because it's their truth, it's their story. Like somebody can't tell you, oh, are you telling the truth in your own story? No, it's your story. What could be proof to be backing up about some of this stuff? Yeah, it's law. It's 8-week trial, so we got a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's very detailed. Now, if it was some blase story that she go like, she really collect a lot of details, even especially in the time when it was very, she was very drug induced and everything. She still remember a lot of things, so it's very true. A lot of people thought she had a perfect life, not knowing that behind the scenes things was happening to her until she came forward. That is crazy. Hey, Empress, how you doing, boo? Hey, Mizzies. Make sure you hit that like button. A lot of stuff happened to her. Ridiculously 10 album deal, a ridiculous contract, and having produced a lot of her music for her to be a sex object, a sex slave, sex worker for him. Come on now. That's right there in itself is Puerto Rico. But people don't act like that's not. But let's go on. Victoria, I vote only Paul available or Jake the loose leaf paper guy. But he can't do until 11. The other guy can't do either. It's just one more person knowing our secret. AUSA, what did you mean? Ventura, the freak offs. AUSA, what is SLS? Ventura, a hotel in Hollywood. AUSA, when would you take Valium before a freak off? Ventura, when I had anxiety. Sean's driver was bringing me the Valium. It was Raheem, I think. Judge, Jurors, you could take lunch now. So they took a break, they take a lunch. Judge, Miss Slavic, are you still disagreement on the exhibits? AUSA Slavic, yes, the defense wants the exhibit to be longer and about masturbation. Defense, they wanted to cut it off at looking at my iPad. Defense, we just heard this morning about videos on his devices, so this is irrelevant. AUSA Slavic, we can agree to more, something less than the 10 pages and now. Hecker Fink, for the witness known as Mia, he says there is a jury instruction about victims. Hecker Fink, lawyer, Mia would have taken this to her grave. I don't know how to support her if we can't discuss her pain. What she went through, we will not put words in her mouth. Her nerves are through the roof. Judge, we are trying to prevent witnesses being counseled on how to testify, what to say or not to say. Anything else? Okay. Would that be acceptable? Hecklefick Lloyd, I'm afraid she'll have a moment, lose it, then ask me. Did I forget something? I'm worried. Now, Counsel 2, Jane Doe says, I'm worried that Jane Doe will not know what she can't ask me. Judge, as long as you don't coach testimony. Windsor Counsel 2, Cassie Victoria, I have nothing to add. Judge, Ms. Shapiro, we've spoken with each attorney. AUSA, we need more time to print the binders. Okay, Judge, we'll break. They took a break. Now they back. She basically being used for sex work, for majority of her time. Even if if we get there fast enough. Even if she did want to do some of them in the beginning or some freak offs on her own willing, it still was too much. It's too far. And not free choice when you put drugs and everything into it and forcing her to do the acts that she didn't want to do. So yes, let's continue on. So they back from the break. 1:53 p.m. They are belatedly back. All rise, judge. As to Exhibit 619, the objections to the defense proposal is overruled. Let's have Mr. Victorian back. They will bring in jury. So whatever they proposed lately, they overruled. He overruled it. So he object. He disagreed with the defense. Jury entering. AUSA Johnson, I have a binder for the court. The gallery will not be able to see the exhibits. Mr. Torre, I will show you some exhibits 2A404. Who is it? Victoria, she worked for Sean. AUSA Johnson, when we will call her Mia. When you have your devices to the government, were they working? Victoria, no, they were broken. AUSA, put up 602A for Miss Victoria in the jury only. What's on your skin? Victoria, oil. AUSA, when did Sean first hurt you physically? Victoria, it started in the first year. Now keep in mind, she met Diddy around when she was 19 years old, but I don't think he introduced this free course everything until she was like 21. And that's when she's time. I like after a year and a half, so like that. So when she was 21 and 22, that's when she started doing the free course. All right. So the first kind of 2 years and everything, he was kind of like loving her, make her feel good, and trying to make sure her dreams and all that all that stuff that he was trying to make her feel good to be wrapped up to who he is. And then he's bait and switched her. It started the first year. AUSA, what staffer were present when Sean was physically with you? Defense, objection. Physical is vague. AUSA, punching things, hitting. AUSA, Johnson, when did Sean first use violence on you? Ventura, in New York City. We went in a car with the security and he knocked me around. AUSA, what did he do? Ventura, hit me in the side of the head. I fell to the floor of his Escalade. AUSA, in January 2009, did you attend an event in LA with Sean? Victoria, yes. AUSA, what happened as you left? Victoria, I've been speaking to a producer about music. Sean called me a slut. I hit him in the face. I have been drinking. AUSA, did you see any injuries? I think she said no. Victoria, no. Victoria, I was on the floor of the car and he stomped on my face. Oh my gosh. AUSA, how long did this last? Victoria, 10 minutes. Then I tried to get away, but Sean Security brought me back. AUSA, who? Victoria, Roger Barnes. AUSA, what did they tell me? Victoria, to go to the hotel. I guess what did they tell you? Victoria, they stuck me in a hotel cover up so no one could see my face. AUSA, how long were you at the London hotel? Victoria, a week, a little more. Assistant brought me ice cream. AUSA, what was the sister name? Victoria, Genevieve. So she naming names. She naming names and everything. So everybody try to act like she ain't having she giving a good testimony to set up what is the prosecution gonna be doing. So this is a setup. Everybody act like the RICO charge supposed to be proven in that first testimony in the first week. No, it's 8 week trial, y'all. Calm down. AUSA, did you feel you could leave the London hotel? Victoria, no. I understood his capability, his access to guns, the threats he made. AUSA, when you were taken to the hotel after the assault, when you were taken to the hotel after the assault, Victoria, no. AUSA, did you know that this assault incident was reported? Victoria, I knew there was a blind item on the internet without our names. AUSA, who raised the blind item to you? Victoria, my mother. Defense objection. AUSA, not for the truth. Judge, overruled. Victoria, This was before FaceTime was very popular, so I could hide myself. She asked if it was me. AOSA, what did you say? Victoria, no, I did not want my mother to know something of that magnitude and be in danger. AOSA, when you went to the party with your girlfriends, what happened? Victoria, I saw executives from BET. Then I heard that Sean was there. AUSA, what did you do? Victoria, I left. I ran out fast as I could. AUSA, why? Victoria, I thought he was angry. AUSA, did he come to the hotel where you were staying? Victoria, yes. He beat me up and called me names. My face was bruised. AUSA, this photo, who is it? Victoria, Scott Mescuti, known as Kid Cudi. We dated in 2011. AUSA, did Sean find out? Victoria, yes, in my phone. Victoria, Sean went through my phone doing a freak off. He found an email. AUSA, about what? Victoria, taking my toiletry bag to Scott the next day. Sean put a wine opener in his hands and threatened me. I called Scott on a burner phone. AUSA, where did you go? Victoria, to Scott's house. Then I talked with Capricorn Clark, one of Sean's assistants. AUSA, then what? Oh my gosh. Ventura, I went to the house Sean was staying at. He told me he would release videos and hurt Scott and I. AUSA, what videos? Ventura, freak off videos of me. Ventura, Sean kicked me in the back. I got abused. A bruise. See, y'all? He doing all this acts of violence towards her, and everybody's still trying to make, not everybody, like most people, still trying to make it seem like she could just leave anytime she wanted to. But it's just so simple for y'all to say that. That's what say I did my Instagram. I said it's very hard that a lot of people, or funny that a lot of people don't understand the magnitude of how abuse and domestic violence affects people, not physically, but emotionally, socially, mentally. But y'all swear somebody act the same way, they all should should do the same thing, and that's the only way you become a victim. No, people go through different things at different stages at different times, and they all react differently. For y'all don't try to make it seem like she should did this, she not a victim because she did this, she couldn't be this because she did that. Y'all needs to get it together. And I hope and pray y'all do not get in the same situation in this magnitude. And the fact that she was with someone who is rich and powerful, who have access to find her no matter where she's at. Hell, some of us in our own normal everyday life is going through this right now. For y'all to not to understand the magnitude. But hey, that's what y'all believe. Look what he's doing to her. And that she had no reason. She can't really say no. She can't. Can she really say no? Any minute, he would pop over her. Not just a freak off. Look at that. We just reading a testimony of her being violent towards her. AUSA, where you go, Ventura, to my hotel with the burner phone. The room was torn up. Someone peed all over my floor, pooped in my toilet, and didn't flush it. It was gross. This was just before Christmas. Victoria, I sent an email to my mom and Capricorn for my flight to Boston and Connecticut. AUSA, what did you write? Ventura, that Sean said he will release the tape of me on Christmas, and he had Scott and I hurt. He said he will be out of the country then. AUSA, what are these photographs? Victoria, my mother took there in Connecticut of the bruises on my back. AUSA, were you entirely honest with your mother about the abuse? Victoria, no. I said this was the first time. So yeah, she was completely honest with her mother about the abuse because she said she told her this was the first time, even though it was multiple times before she reported to her mom that she was being abused by him. AUSA, did you tell her about the freak offs? She told her mother no. Victoria, is it possible to take a break? Judge, yes, break. 3:09 p.m. They are back. Judge Miss Johnson, any estimate? AUSA Johnson, an hour more. The goal is to finish direct and allow the course of examination today. Judge, bring the witness and then the jury back in. Jury, entering. AUSA Johnson, did anyone come to see you in Connecticut? Victoria, Scott did for a few days. I broke it off with him. It was too dangerous. Defense objection. Judge overruled. Yeah, why are you objecting to that? No, it was dangerous. It was. Not only that, he was coming after you, he coming after anybody who was close to you or trying to harm them. So, yes, it's relevant. Victoria, Sean said he will hurt both of us. That's Kid Cudi she talk about, y'all. AUSA, where did you go after Connecticut? Victoria, I went to see Sean. He was in Arizona. His son, college. I told my mother I was going to LA for work. AUSA, did Sean talk about Scott's car? Victoria, Sean said he wanted Scott's friend to see Scott's car blow up. Oh, this is a person. Okay, yeah, I remember he did confirm that when this happened, when it was told before that he blew somebody's car up, and that person said, yeah, it did happen. So this is what it was. AUSA, what happened next? Victoria, we met. Sean, Scott, and me. Scott said, what about my vehicle? And Sean said, what vehicle? And that was the end of the meeting. He trying to play it off like he don't know what is he talking about, knowing that he got something done. Try to play. Try to pretend. What vehicle? Uh-huh. You know what you did. AOSA, put up the photo. What is this? Victoria, me and Sean in Kingston, Jamaica for Sound Clash. AOSA, were you bruised? Victoria, yes. AOSA, in this photo, what is it? Victoria, me and Sean's bathroom, September 18, 2015. AUSA, what were you doing there? Victoria, recuperating from being beaten up by Sean in Las Vegas. Victoria, we were having an after party in our suite. I talked to a producer and Sean tapped me on the shoulder, called me into our room and beat me, kicked me, and I tried to hide behind the toilet. AOSA, what stopped it? Victoria, D-Rock and James Cruz came in. I think D-Rock is one of security or bodyguard or something like that. Victoria, it made D-Rock sad. AOSA, what are these communications? Victoria, from D-Rock to me. He says, where you at? It's time to ice your face. AOSA, why? Victoria, I had just been beaten up by Sean. AOSA, were these all the times he beat you? Victoria, no, there were more. AOSA, with who else did you see Sean be violent? Victoria, I saw him drag an assistant out of a bed. I saw him punch Eli in the head. One time in Turks and Caicos, he dragged a person. So not only he was doing to this, we also know he was violent towards other people as well. We don't know how many people he was violent towards, but we all know the fact that she had to get scared, everybody scared around him, knowing that he would threaten and scare anybody else who was around him as well. So it's not like she was the only victim or a person. Victoria, I believe we had a freak off in Turkey Caicos. AOSA, what floor did you live on in 875 Comstock? Victoria, 17th floor. AOSA, did a friend stay with you? Victoria, yes. Sean came and held her and threw her over the patio furniture out of the balcony. Victoria, I saw Sean bring her back and from over the balcony. They threw her over on a patio furniture. AOSA, and Kerry Morgan, Victoria, I saw Sean hit her in the head. AOSA, did you get drugs on your own? Victoria, occasional drug dealers, opiates, Xanax, Valium. Okay. Victoria, Sean would put the pills in a vitamin C bottle on a sink in the New York apartment. He said, you take them. He had doctors who will write those scripts in the name of the assistant or in my name. So he had doctors write prescriptions of pills and put in her bottle and have her take it. And you don't think he uses his money to get things done? Okay. I just want to know what people's reading. I just want to know people's reading. AUSA, your brother's birthday in Connecticut in 2013. What happened? Victoria, my mother told me someone was taking pictures of me. I went and punched her in the head. Oh? I don't know who was her that she punched in the head, but I guess. Oh, the person who's taking pictures of her. Okay. AUSA, you testified your relationship with Sean ended in 2018. How was your health? Victoria, I was sleepwalking. I had PTSD. Defense objection. Judge overruled. AUSA, what's this? Victoria, a photo of my front door in 2018. AUSA, publish it to the jury. Why is there a knife there? Victoria, Sean was coming around a lot, so I had it. AUSA, August 2018. What happened? Victoria, we were having a closure conversation at a restaurant in Malibu. He was trying to convince me to go to Burning Man. AUSA, will you see anyone? Victoria, my now husband. Okay. AUSA, what happened next? Victoria, Sean came to my house and armed me on my living room floor. His eyes was black. It was like taking something from you. AUSA, you cried. What did Sean do? Victoria, he continued and finished inside of me. Then he got up and left. AUSA, did you ever have sex with him again? Victoria, yes, voluntarily. We had a good night. I went back to his house. Yeah. So I want people to understand. Just because, yes, it happened to her, doesn't mean that people who had a traumatic experience done to them, sometimes they do have sex with a person who just assaulted them. They do. Because at that moment, even though that thing happened, it may be still feelings love and want to him and just being with him. And even though he did that, that person could still go back and have sex because it's about a familiar person for you. So it's very complex. So if people make it seem like it's so simple, it's not. It's not that simple. It's very complex in the mind of people who've been assaulted or abused. Because you wouldn't, a normal person might not understand why would you even go back to have sex with someone who disbarred you. But sometimes that thing happens. It just happens. And you can't really explain it. Because it mixed up a lot of things. So that doesn't mean she wasn't odd or she wasn't a victim of him either. It doesn't negate what happened to him. What happened? Let me see. AUSA, can you explain why did that after he awed you? Victoria, we've been together for 10, 11 years, 10 years. So that's what see. It's like it's been a long time. She conflicted like all this time we've been together. It's buying her love. Yes, he did a lot of things to me and everything, but I'm still can't shake the hold. I cannot shake the thing I have for him. See, even after all this time, I still have a yearning for him. AUSA, who did you stay in touch with? Victoria, most people, though I pull away. AUSA, what did you message Sean after that? Victoria, just check it in. AUSA, what did he send you? Victoria, that he had iPads full of images. Get him his money. AUSA, money back for what? Victoria, for having paid my now husband to be my trainer. AOSA, what did you write back? Victoria, do you want me to tell the truth? It's much deeper than iPads. There was abuse, more than freak offs. Victoria, there was a time I couldn't take the pain, tried to walk out in traffic. My husband wouldn't let me. I had trauma therapy. AOSA, did you write, Victoria, a book with chapters? My mom helped. AOSA, what did you want with the book? What you want with the book? Victoria, that Sean read it. AOSA, what pain did Sean put you through? Victoria, shame. To carry the things that were shaping for him. I took a lot of responsibility for that. I never should have. He brought the concept of me when I was 22. It was expected of me. I felt terrible. AOSA, how did you get chapters to Sean? Victoria, through my attorney, and I reached out to KK. I asked if he read it. She said it was not taken seriously. AOSA, how much did you ask for the book? Victoria, 30 million. AUSA, did you sue? Victoria, November 2023. Okay. AUSA, what happened with the lawsuit? Victoria, it's settled for 20 million in 24 hours. This is the time that Cassie like broke the internet and she sued, and this was all found out. I just was like, what happened? Yeah. It was like 2 years ago. This is when we find out around November when a lot of things broke loose and something was happening. And she kind of shocked the internet by coming forward. And this was she got the settlement from Diddy that settled so quickly. And it was like, damn, you settled so quickly. What happened? Like, why would you do it? If you think everything she's saying was wrong, it was untrue, why would you fight it? It's like that. Because in deep down, we all believe and we all know that he got to fight it because he know most of the stuff that she was saying was true. A lot of stuff that she was saying was true. And now people say, oh, just because we settled doesn't mean we're guilty. I said, I'm not settling. I don't know what y'all, but you don't settle for something that you know for sure is untrue. But whatever, especially when you had a chance, the attorney of Diddy had a chance to combat everything she was saying and try to bring forward what's not true or not, but they settled. So, I don't know. But that's the settlement she's talking about. And everybody says, "Oh, my money." I said, "Hell, they're right. It's simple. Yeah, all that pain and suffering I'm going through. You supposed to promise me a 10 album deal, and only got one. I know. Signing a 10 album deal was ridiculous in the first place. But she was young. She ain't know nothing. She was stardom, wanted to be famous. You know, that's that. And, back in that time, we do know producers played on people ignorance to sign these contracts, and it's hard time to get out of it. So, and they produced only one album and none of her music like that, and what he was doing all this time. So yeah, pay her. Chill. I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that. So everybody try to act like it's just all about money thing. And if he was doing what he supposed to do and give her the albums that she supposed to do and not force her to do all these freak offs and all that extra stuff, we wouldn't be sitting here today, right? We wouldn't be sitting here. But so whatever. I'm not mad at that. Y'all can be upset with that, but I'm not. Pay her. You're gonna do all that. Have me say, force me to have sex when I have UTIs. Know how painful that is. Drug on me, like sometimes 4 days a week. It's like, come on now, for years, and everything was going through him. Yeah, so pay him. Y'all might think that that's messed up, but it is what it is. If you're going through this for years, you would think you should have money for your pain and suffering? Yes. Laws and deals, didn't get your money, didn't get your worth? Yes, exactly. AOSA, what happened with the lawsuit? Victoria, it settled for 20 million in 24 hours. AOSA, why are you testifying in this trial? Okay, everybody gonna make it seem like it's so you got money, so you testifying on a trial, you have a reason yeah. Victoria, I can't carry this anymore. What's wrong is wrong. I tried. like people, they were disposable, escorts, anybody. So she had to let it out. She had to let it out. She can't hold it. She knows it's wrong. She just want to tell her piece. Tell the truth and be done with it. Whether or not people go like her or view her as a willing participant or not, she don't care. She tell her truth. She cleanse herself. It is what it is. You form your own opinions based on what she's saying. AOSA, how many freak offs did you have with Sean? It's impossible to know. Hundreds. AOSA, after you broke up with Sean, did you ever do a freak off? Victoria, no. AOSA, no further questions. AOSA, sidebar before cross. Judge, yes. So the direct, oh wait, hold up. It finished their questioning. Now here's the defense where with their cross examinations. And I know a lot of people were talking a lot about this cross examination, how, oh, she was a willing participant, she wasn't a victim, she wasn't this, she wasn't that. Let's see, based on what we read, what's being said. That's why I don't want to go by what everybody else is saying. I'm going to read what I figured out. With jury out, judge, why don't we put off the cross examinations until tomorrow? AOSA Johnson, we like to start now to be sure to finish. Judge Ms. Estavo, Combs Estavo, she will be finished by the end of the week. Judge, so no cross today. Judge Subramanian, we make up the time in other ways. Get to jury. AOSA, the witness can be excused. Judge, yes. Judge Iterate. Judge Subramanian, sorry to bring you out only to send you home. Don't read anything about the case. Have a good evening or arise. Jury exit. Judge Comey. AUSA Comey, here's what the defense said us about Rule 412. AUSA Comey, we believe we had agreed that other sexual acts by the witness were not admissible, but we would understand they attempt to cross-examine her about other relationships with texts about sex, about Ms. Victoria, and for someone else. Why is that necessary? AUSA Comey, I don't want to read these into the record, so I hand copies up. Judge, defense, Combs Agnophilia. These are messages about jealousy in the vocabulary of, are you effing that person? That's fair game. This is the real world way people express hurt. AOSA Comey. The rule requires that this be sealed. Judge, let's proceed without specifics. Judge Combs Agnophilia saying, are you effing that person is just a vulgar way of asking. Are you cheating? Both sides open or infidelity. This not for 12. Sorry. Judge, we could do it in the robing room. AOSA, the defendant will have to be present. Judge, so in the courtroom, sealed. AOSA counsel for Victor 1 would like to be heard. Judge, I see his hand, Mr. Wigdor. We are entitled to notice. Judge, so tomorrow morning, adjourn. Let me see. That was it, right? So we're going to move on. Okay, we do next day. Any thoughts about what was said right now before we cross-examine? If not, then we continue on from the cross-examination. Let's go to that one. Hey, y'all still with me? All right, let's get into it. I want to know, what is this everybody's in a tizzy for about this cross-examination? Let's go. All right, so this is defense cross. So this is their time to question Victoria about it. So their angle is to make it seem like she was very jealous. She was willing to do anything. She was a willing participant. She was not forced. She was not coerced. I beg to differ. Even if she was at times willing to do so things, it still doesn't take a fact that there are times she didn't want to do it, and then he forcing her to do so by threatening, by blackmail, by all this. So she had to agree to do things, even under distress. So when you may feel like she may be agreeing to things, I feel like she's agreeing to things only because to prevent the negative consequence that's going to come for it by saying no. Even though before we all know that by saying no or walking away or running away or leaving, results for violence towards her. We've seen that numerous times of pattern. So I feel like she said it just to say it because she had to. So I know people gonna read this and make it seem that, oh, she's willing. Maybe in the beginning, yes, but at some point when it gets to I think it was point of survival at that point. When you're in the point of survival, you have to say anything to lessen the blow towards you. That's how abuse works. But people don't understand that because they so focused on the sexual aspect, they don't focus on everything else. But keep in mind, it's Charles and Rico, so the escorts, hiring escorts and all that stuff like that, and using companies' money to hire them, and I guess traveling people across state lines. I mean, they're pretty sure the prosecutors are going to make that defense. But using Cassie as a sex work, that's part of it right there. That's part of it right there. She was going through different areas doing just sex work. No music, none of that. So that's right there. And hiring escorts, prostitution is illegal. That's illegal. But no, people didn't even look at that. But let's get on. Let's get on. Let's do this course examination. Before the course examination, Victoria's Lawyers, ring door. I have the right to be part of the meet and confer about what evidence she can be questioned about. She is the only victim witness that has standing rule under 412. Judge Marion, we had to move forward. Judge, other issues, Mixed Slavic, AUSA Slavic, we are noted in our email to the court earlier this morning. Note, the judicial documents are not being put out in a public docket. Judge, we might get a sign on for Miss Estavo, who will course exam Cassie. That's it, not an issue. AUSA Slavic. The defense last night dumped 400 exhibits on us. This cannot continue throughout the course of the trial. Ms. Estavo, Cummins lawyer Anna Maria Estavo, we have been working tirelessly in response to Ms. Victoria's testimony. Judge Mr. Agnefilia, I thought you were going to Ms. Agnefilia, I thought you were going to take his off my plate. Comes Agnefilia, I will keep trying. This is the main witness. She stands by herself. That said, we have been doing this all night until 3 in the morning. We flag exhibits for them. AUSA Slavic. There are 2,000 exhibits that the government has objection to. They are listed in the chart, Judge. Just the ones in the chart. Again, just documents are not going to be public docket. Judge, bring the jury in. Juries enters. Combs' lawyer, Estavo. Miss Victoria, you love Mr. Combs, right? And they try to prove that the love and all that stuff and what she did that out of love and all that stuff. Defense got to do their job. But don't be fooled by that, y'all. I feel like at all the innocent is done, it was still coerced and blackmailed to make her to still do the things that she was doing. All right? Victoria, I did. Estavo, for 11 years, you took care of him. Victoria, in some ways. Estavo, you call him larger than life. Victoria, I did. Combs Estavo. Others call him Diddy or Puff Daddy, but you call him Sean, right? Victoria, yes. Estavo, you knew a version of him the rest of the world couldn't see, right? AOSA, objection, judge, overruled. Victoria, in ways. Combs Estavo, you kept coming back for him for 11 years. Victoria, I wouldn't say coming back. Estavo, you believe he loved you too. Victoria, I did believe he loved me too. Estavo, so when he cheated on you, it hurt. Victoria, not every time. Combs Estavo, bring up this defense exhibit. AOS objection, not in evidence. Judge, that's true. This is not in evidence. Estavo, Ms. Victoria, read it just for yourself. Why did you see this? Why did you send this message? Victoria, to let him know I was going to dinner. Combs Estavo, what was going on when these messages were sent? Victoria, I'm not sure. Estavo, what was going on in your relationship then? Victoria, it was early. We were loving. Estavo, I offered. AUSA, objection, being offered for the truth, overruled. Combs Estavo, please read. Victoria, I wrote, I love you, smiley face. I fly anywhere for you. I love you, Cass. Estavo, this 2009 email. AOSA, objection, hearsay. Judge, Mr. Estavo, ask more questions. Estavo, from Blackberry, what is BG? Baby girl. Blackberry, child. I remember those Blackberry phones. Baby girl. Combs Estavo, what did you write? Victoria, you hungry? Pop, pop. Estavo, and Mr. Combs wrote to you, we are so in love, we don't do anything else. How long had you been seeing each other's? Victoria, like 2.5 years. Combs Estavo, please read this. 1364. Victoria, I haven't talked to you at all. You don't even try. You rush me off the phone. I'm really hurt. I don't need your money. I need some intention. Estavo, you wanted your special time, Mr. Combs. Yes. Combs Estavo, you testified that you told him I love you so much, you make me a better woman. Victoria, I definitely wrote those messages. That's why I was saying that I don't feel like she's lying, because a lot of stuff people gonna take this and say, "Oh well, girl, you love him, you do all this like that." The fence is trying to make it seem like she just loved him so much and she just wanted to do this. So she wasn't forced to do these things. She wanted to do them to please him. She wanted to love him. She did this because she loves him, and she did that and all that stuff like that. So I feel like even when these text messages may not sound favorable, she is speaking her truth. She's just saying it. I mean, yes, I send these messages. So y'all just form your opinions based on that. It's not what you both. I can't wait till we have a baby of our own. You knew that he had 6 children at the time. Yes. Combs Estavo. So now these messages are about freak offs. When you say you know it didn't matter to me, you mean weekend or weekday. Either is fine. So that's what it says. Estavo. Mr. Combs says maybe we can call Jules. You can do it. Yes. Combs Estavo. This was an explicit email. This was a special message from you about the anticipated upcoming freak off. AOSA, objection. Judge, we'll take a recess. It's getting there, y'all. Let me know your thoughts, because this is the fence. Course examination, 10:48 a.m. They're back. Judge, Ms. Estavo, you may proceed. Combs Estavo, Ms. Vittoria, this is from Mr. Combs to you. You responded with an extremely explicit message, right? Vittoria, yes. Estavo, this is 2 days after the planning of a freak off, right? Vittoria said yes. Combs Estavo, he said, I want to see. How did you reply? Vittoria, I can't wait either. Estavo, you wrote, I feel like I want to F right. Vittoria, that's what it says. Estavo, Mr. Combs says, I'm so horny, I can't concentrate. What did you say? Victoria, that I go to Dwayne Reed for candles and set up the room. And Combs Estavo, did you understand that he was going to take another video of you? AOSA, objection, speculation. Judge, Mr. Estavo, you can move on. Estavo, you asked any pills on you? Yes. Combs Estavo, what pills were you taking then? Victoria, opiates. Estavo, you deleted videos on your devices, right? Victoria, yes. Estavo, what did you write? Victoria, that I need to feel this. This is my husband, the only one who will see this side of me. Combs Estavo, were you afraid that Mr. Combs will only see you for sex in this way? Victoria, that was a concern. Estavo, you still were not public in your relationship with him. Victoria, correct. Estavo, were freak offs important? Victoria, integral to us. Meaning that was the most important to him. So the most important to him and most probably most important to her. Meaning that was the basic focus point in the whole relationship, was the freak offs. That right there tells us it was that. It was no music being bonding with them. It wasn't on the contract of getting the albums out, the music. None of that was getting released. We all see that. It's all evidence. None of them released but one album. So it was like that was an integral part of the relationship. Comes Gustavo, who was at your 21st birthday party in Las Vegas? Victoria, Britney Spears, Dallas, Austin. Gustavo, how did you get them there? Victoria, they came for Sean. Gustavo, you very beautiful and charming. Victoria, thank you. Gustavo, it's true. I mean, don't try to be coming at me, girl. I know I am, but thank you, boo. Con Gustavo, who is Tommy Motola? Victoria, a well-known producer. Gustavo, you were up and a coming star. Victoria, I guess you could say that. Gustavo, after you signed with Bad Boys, things were still platonic. Victoria, yes. Combs Gustavo, you had a rough performance. Victoria, 106 Park, it did not go well for me. Victoria, how did he help you after that? Victoria, 10 years. So Leslie was 10 years older than her. Okay. Estavo, did you travel to Miami with Mr. Combs? The flyer of the event was just a cover to spend time with Mr. Combs, right? Victoria, that's true. Combs Estavo, you had a tattoo of Mr. Leslie initial on your body, right? Victoria, yes. Estavo, how many tattoos did you have then? AUSA, objection, relevance, judge overrule. But let's keep it moving. Victoria, 3. Estavo, the one on your arm. A, no regrets. I know that's right. Combs Estavo, Mr. Combs taught you how to do oral sex. Yeah, she did say she learned how to do oral sex by Combs at the early ages when she started having sex with him or whatever. Victoria, he did. Estavo, look at this. Tell me when you're ready. Can you read it? Victoria, you can read it. It's making me laugh. It's from 2007. Gustavo, you wrote, I feel protected. You are sweet. Gustavo, you wrote, I see that Kerry is benefited for you. I'm hurt that you think I'm malicious. You very important to me, X. Cass. Victoria laughs. Gustavo, what are you trying to convey? Now, I know she laughing throughout the thing, but I think she laughing for people crying. So it's like a coping mechanism people use to laugh things through, even though maybe other people may feel like, oh, so why is she laughing? It's just really funny. It's like that. So understanding that laughing when it comes to traumatic experiences is a coping defense mechanism. But people don't take that. People think it's so simple that she's laughing that it's funny. No, I don't think she's laughing because it's funny. I think it's laughing because she knows the experience of living and she just have to learn to keep her crying. So I may understand why maybe people may feel that way, or the defense or the jury may look at her and say, okay, is she really laughing and not taking it seriously, or is this just funny to her? So I see people might take it a different way, but I just wanted to let y'all understand that laughing is not meaning that she thinks that this is funny. I think she's just trying to live it and try to go through this testimony, course examination in the best ways possible. But y'all let me know your thoughts. Maybe y'all think differently. Estavo, what were you trying to convey? Victoria, it's like a journal entry. Combs Estavo, you discussed Kerry Morgan. Did you think Mr. Combs was attracted to her? Victoria, there was a point in the very beginning. Estavo, did that complication carry on in your relationship? Victoria, not really. Kerry was just always with us. Combs Estavo, I like to start asking about the freak off. Sometimes you wore a wig and a mask. Victoria, yes. Estavo, the general public did not know. AUSA, objection. AUSA Johnson, objection. Judge, rephrase. Estavo, no one knew until November 2023 in the public. Yes, nobody knew this was happening because he was blackmailing her. And not only her, it was other people. Nobody had to say anything about what was going on because he had evidence on them. If you say things, I got you. Basically, it was threats. So that's when nobody knew about it until she came forward with the civil lawsuit and said freak offs was happening. But trust, it was going on. Combs Estava, fair to say his career was ruined after your lawsuit. Victoria, I could understand that. Estava, let's read these messages. Mr. Combs wrote, when are you on your period? Victoria, no, now. Estava, what you be thinking when you horny? Combs Estava, Miss Victoria, if you don't want to read the answers, I can read them. Victoria, thank you. Estava, the O has lots of ooh after them, right? O's after them, right? Victoria, yes. Estava, after a freak off, you make love, Mr. Combs? Yes. Combs Estava, your period. Mr. Combs is asking when you on it, right? Victoria, yes. Yep. Estava, he asking in the context of when to meet up and have sex. Victoria, looks like it. Estava, sometimes you watch him with a female. Victoria, 2 or 3 times. Combs Estava, did you talk with Mr. Combs about the swinger lifestyle? Victoria, that's no one talks about it. Estava, were you keeping freak off secret from your friends? Victoria, yes. Estava, his assistant helped him? Victoria, with everything. His sister helped him with everything, but she kept it from her friends and everything else. I mean, okay. Combs Estava, you will remember if an assistant came in during one of your sessions with an escort. Victoria, not necessarily I was high. Estava, so you don't remember much. Victoria, I had my privacy invaded a lot during that relationship. Combs Estava, this is from July 2012. You said that Mr. Combs, I'm horny and bored. This was after a freak off, right? Victoria, there's a lot for text here. Said to be 25 pages. Where would defense exhibits potentially into evidence be available? It seems like this message is not even entered in evidence, so I don't know what's going on to be available. Let's see what defense will release these. AUSA Johnson, I would ask that witness to be allowed to read the entire document. Oh, wait, hold on. AUSA Johnson, I would ask that the witness be allowed to read the entire document. Judge, how many pages? Combs Estava 8. AUSA, we don't have a copy for the witness. Estava, we'll show it on the screen, but not in a public gallery. Combs Estava, you said Mr. Combs often put you down, but he also sent you encouragement and called you a queen, right? Victoria, yes. Sidebar. Estava, what would trigger Mr. Combs' incessant calls to you? Victoria, anger, doubt, where I was. He want to see where you at. Keep tabs on you. Combs Estava, if he suspect you of cheating, he call you insistently, right? Victoria, that was one of the reasons. Estava, because he thought AUSA objection. That's the stain. Yes, girl, keep it going. Move on. Combs Estava, did you believe Mr. Combs has good taste? Victoria, I think he does. Estava, he had an impact on fashion. Victoria, people like his style. Sean John. I remember that. Estava, did you consult with him on your look? Victoria, sometimes I got advice I didn't ask for. I didn't ask for things. He just gave advice, huh? Combs Estava, he still ran his companies even while having all these free calls, right? Victoria, he did. Yes, he ran these companies by having a secret free calls, but how this free calls is being funded? How's it being funded? And now it sure wasn't out of his own damn pockets. And that's what the prosecution had to show, that he was using his company monies to produce his free calls. Because if he wasn't producing her albums, what he was doing the money with her for? That's the thing, questions you got to ask y'all for. Ask yourself. All these free calls, right? He did. What was he addicted to? Victoria, success, and she laughs. And Starboy, what substances? Opiates. Victoria, he told me and I saw it. Combs and Starboy, did Mr. Combs' mood depend on whether or not he was withdrawing for opiates? Victoria, he was irritable, I would say. So I guess the officials try to make it seem like because he was on the substances, it kind of affected why he was acting the way he was, not because he was trying to control her. That's what they're trying to go for. If y'all reading what is there, that's what the defense is trying to go for. They try to do their job to make it seem like he was doing this stuff because he was opiates. It's like because it was a symptoms of him on this, not because he was trying to control you or threaten you. He was cussed because he's on the substance. But still, they're making an excuse. But that's what they're trying to draw from the testimony. Estaba, what other drugs was Mr. Combs addicted to? AOSA objection, no foundation. Judge, I would ask in what grounds. Judge, sustain, refrain. So, I mean, whatever, because whatever the defense is trying to go for, the judge agreed with the objection. So, the defense had to rephrase the questioning. Combs Estaba, what was his drug of choice? Vitor ecstasy or MDMA? Estaba, opiates daily? Vitor, when he was doing them. Estaba, you saw him withdraw? Vitor, yes. Judge will break. Judge, Mr. Stavo, where are we in cross? We in your course. Estaba, we have a lot of exhibits. Let me confer over lunch. Judge, not responsive. Will you finish today or early tomorrow? Agnophilio to end of tomorrow. So I guess they're gonna use each defense and the prosecution both had like a day and like a half for the course. So I guess they want to use the half of the day and tomorrow to finish. So they both have an equal amount of time, I guess. Agnophilio, we might not be able to finish tomorrow. This is the most important witnesses. Judge, for months we said this witness had to be off the stand by the end of this week. AOSA, our direct was a day and a half. Limit them to that. Judge, show Ms. Victoria the exhibits in advance. Maybe just ask her questions rather than these exhibits. We have time concern. Agnophilio, they called 2 witnesses to start. That wasn't our choice. It's a critical, important witness. Streamline things. We'll break. So the defense tried to have a long time with Cassie because she is the star critical witness for the case. Not because it starts and ends with her, but it's like she's opening and lining up and setting up all the different elements and parts of what's happening so that the prosecution could make their case. So I guess they feel like they said she's a credible witness, wouldn't have a lot of time with her. But before defense, they was like, we supposed to have her by the end of the week. Because she's pregnant at this time. I think 8 months, she about to have the baby soon. So we don't want to prolong her and she can have the baby early, if anything. So they trying to make her early because she was pregnant and not have her wait for too long because you had the baby. It's going to be hard to schedule time with her. So they're trying to have more time. But they said, listen, keep it. We had a day and a half. Let the defense have a day and a half with her. And we're going to end it with her. So after, this was Thursday. So after like Friday, she'll be done with Cassie and move on to the other witnesses. Let's move on with the feeding. $110. They're back. Judge Mr. Stavo, has the witness had a chance to review the exhibits? AUSA, they are lengthy. Judge, we'll do the best that we can. I was told this witness will be off the stand by the end of the week. We let the jury go early yesterday. Judge, if there's something that really needs to be done on course after lunch tomorrow, I may allow it. We have OT leave time for redirect. This witness is being responsive. Yeah, so don't take advantage of it. Victoria enters. Jury enters. Combs Estavo, let's turn to GX411. AUSA Johnson, this is not evidence. Estavo, so B414, page 3 and 4, you wrote, I love your FOs. When we both wanted, you felt that. Victoria, loving FOs were just words at that point. So she basically she's just saying that because at this point, he had been regularly abusing her. He been having coming after her. He been course her. He been trying to make her do this freak offs, and she had been doing it again, sometimes against her wills at time and doing more that she went into because he wants that. So at this point, she just texting what he wants to hear. If you agree with what she's saying, she texting what he wanted to hear. Because Survival mode. At this point, it's just words. It's not more. I ain't love no freak offs. Everybody know I ain't no love freak offs. I already testified to that. But we have to say what we have to say. Mr. Combs vote to you. I want to freak out right now. And you wrote that you wanted it too. LOL, me too. So I texted more than that. Gustavo, but you did text that to him. Mr. Combs wrote to you. Juice is available if you're into it. And Combs Gustavo, you could have said yes or no, and you said love you. Victoria, there was no yes or no. Yeah, she's saying there was no yes or no. Basically, that line saying that they was not saying no yes or no. You doing it or not? It basically was no freaking question whether I want to do it. This was happening. This is happening. It's no questions. It was no ask you. It makes it a command. So there was no yes or no question. So she had to say, oh, I love to do it. Because if she said no, we know what happened. Bring up B420. On page 2, Mr. Combs wrote, do I have your permission to set up a freaky fund? You wrote ovulation. Victoria, yes. Combs Estavo, here, what do you say? Victoria, I asked, which hotel? I must have called him in between. I don't want to assume anything. Estavo, he said montage. You said you could also go to Pleasure Chest. What will you get there? Victoria, sexual supplies. Combs Estavo, what supplies? Victoria, lubricants, outfits. Estavo, he says, have fun, impress me. You said, okay. He says, can we kiss a lot? What do you say? Victoria, yes. Estavo, you wrote, I left the iPad. Victoria, I don't know whose iPad this meant. Combs Estavo, Mr. Combs wrote, I'll be there right after my session. This was in June 2017. Do you remember arguments you was having at that time? Victoria, not specifically. Estavo, here you said the game starts at 10 p.m. No breaking character to 8 a.m. Oh my gosh. Victoria, this was a game a friend of mine told me, a way to rekindle your romance. Combs, Estavo, by doing something different in the bedroom, Victoria, it's a whole getting into character thing. Estavo, Mr. Combs says, let's get some outfits and go to sex club. Combs Estavo, Mr. Combs wrote, surprise package coming from out of state. Why can't I reach you? What did you say? Victoria, I was getting my brows done. Estavo, did you come to know Mr. Combs was leaving to a freak off to go see Kim Porter? Victoria, yes. Combs Estavo, how did you find out about Gina? How did you feel? Did it upset you? Victoria, yes. Estavo, it prompted arguments. Victoria, it did. Estavo, he thought you were not faithful. What were his reactions? Victoria, it was scary. Combs Estavo, Mr. Combs wrote to you, let's do something different in New York City this weekend. FYI, Dave hit me. What does this mean? Victoria, reach out. Estavo, and Daniel contact you? Did this mean you might have a freak off? Victoria, might. Comestavo, he tells you, you better put me on VIP vibrate alarm or something. He frustrated you don't answer his text fast enough. Victoria, right. Estavo, you tell him to come to New York City understanding there could be a freak out. Maybe. Combs Estavo, you also saw the Book of Mormon. Victoria, yes, she laughs. Estavo, mass pleasure. Is that a sex club? Victoria, I would assume. Estavo, he asks, are you ready for tonight? What did you say? Victoria, yes, I just had to get some things. Victoria, this is not about what I felt, right? Because you are skipping over a lot here. See, she tried to tell you this is not about what I felt. Because the defense are skipping a lot to try to pin some narrative that she's willing and not skipping it and not understanding the focus of everything else she's saying. So the defense has an agenda, and that's what they're trying to get there for. But by admitting a lot of things, they're trying to form some narrative that is not correct. Comb Estavo, what did you write? Victoria, as much as you think you're Bruce Willis, you're not. Your kids were babies when we started dating. So like, don't think you was this standing guy. You are not, boy. So stop acting like that. She talking to Sean like that. Calm Estavo. If you saw him on social media on vacation with, it was heartbreaking. Victoria, it could be. I was 7 years in. Estavo. And what about this? About Gina. You wrote, I don't want to be side piece, but I treat you as a king. Como estaba? You wanted to be the main girlfriend, Victoria, in 2013? Yes. Estaba, you saw a social media post on Mr. Combs with other girlfriends and got angry, right? Victoria, can I speak? I was jealous of certain situations. Combs Estaba, did they come a time he suspected you were in a relationship with someone in the industry? Mrs. McCooty? That's Kid Cudi. Um, Victoria, yes. It's that one. Mr. Combs thought it could be good for you, good for your career if you collaborate with Mr. Cuddy. I mean, Mr. Muscooty. Victoria, yes. Combs Estavo. Why did you begin your relationship with Mr. Muscooty? Victoria, we enjoyed each other's company. Estavo, you were in a relationship with Mr. Combs? Victoria, we were on a break. Estavo, but you were still doing freak offs with him? Yes. Estavo, Combs Estavo, after Mr. Combs found out about going through your phone, you went to see him. You knew he was upset. He previously attacked you. Victoria, yes, I thought it'd be safer with other people there. Let's take a break. Hey, y'all, how y'all feeling about the defense course examination? $2:38 p.m. Judge Subramanian. Okay, let's get Mr. Victoria back in a jury. The jury enters. Combs Estavo, your affair with Mr. Muscooty was only a month long, but you got a burner phone for it? Victoria, yes. Estavo, Mr. Combs kicked you in the back? Victoria, yes. Combs Estavo, this came up at later in your relationship that you had cheated on him with Mr. Kid Cudi. Victoria, he brought it up quite a bit. Estavo, when he cheated, he said, well, you had an affair with with Kid Cudi, right? Victoria, sometimes. Combs Estavo, he expected you of having an affair with another person in the industry. You were in South Africa filming. Victoria, yes. Honey, 3. Laughs. Estavo, while you were there, you saw a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina and were irate, right? Victoria, angry. Combs Estavo, you blocked him and focused on the movie, right? Victoria, I tried my best. Estavo, Mr. Combs suspected of your French relationship with whom? Victoria, Michael B. Jordan. Oh, child. Combs Estavo, you sent a video not only to Mr. Combs, but also to staff who? D-Rock. Victoria, yes. Estavo, you sent it to them because you were angry with all of them? Victoria, I was hurt. I spent all my time with them. Estavo, you thought you were in on it. Combs Estavo, the physical abuse, when did your father learn about it? Victoria, same time as my mother. Estavo, did Mr. Combs come to Connecticut to speak to your parents? Victoria, I don't know if it was then. Estavo, Kevin Morgan knew about the abuse? She said yes. Combs Estavo, the eyebrow gash incident. What was it about? Victoria, they answered the phone and went to sleep. I was supposed to be packing for a trip. Estavo, he was inebriated? Victoria, I don't remember that. Combs Estavo, why were you asleep? Victoria, a drink at the Abbey had something in it, I think. Estavo, did Mr. Combs ever abuse you while he was inebriated? Then say he didn't remember it? Victoria, yes. Estavo, do you feel he was not taking responsibility? Victoria, yes. Combs Estavo, for drugs, you both go to rehab? Victoria, rehab wasn't really a thing during our relationship. Estavo, the freak offs were an opportunity for you to take drugs together? Victoria, yes. Estavo, you went and locked to Burning Man? Yes. Combs Estavo, did you ever call yourself Get High Partners? Victoria, we did. Estavo, did you take drugs from him without him knowing it? Victoria, yes. Estavo, what was his reaction? Victoria, explosive. Gustavo, did he tell LA dealers not to deal to you? Yes. I mean, at this point, she been doing the drugs for a while and is getting addicted to it and everything because she had to do it to numb herself for the freak offs. So it's possible that she did that regularly on her own to cope with everything that's happening. So it was whether that make her messed up and guilty, whatever, say what it is, but that's the result of years of dealing with it. Anybody can get addicted. Not to you, yes. Combs Gustavo, you told Miss Karam that you learned only after the fact that Mr. Combs had dangled Miss Mongolian of the balcony. Victoria, I'm not sure. Gustavo, were you on drugs? Victoria, I'm not sure. Combs Gustavo, you got a life coach for your drug use, according to this document. Victoria, I don't know who that person is. Combs Gustavo, you were doing a lot of drugs. Victoria, it was a rough time. See, yeah, she was coping with a lot of things. Combs Gustavo, you tried to get into rehab, the Golden Door. Victoria, it was a spa. There was a time I lost all sense of smell and taste and woke in the hospital with an IV in my arm. I tried then to get help. Combs Gustavo, then after St. Bernardino, you learned that he had overdosed. Victoria, a strong opioid, yes. Gustavo, were you not addicted to painkillers? Victoria, we took Ibogaine. Gustavo, where did you get it? Victoria, Cancun, Mexico, separately. Combs Gustavo, when Mr. Combs threw you off the boat in Cannes, when he accused you of taking drugs and squeezed your leg, Victoria, amongst other things. Gustavo, but you still wanted to be with him. Victoria, I did. Yeah, this I guess this is them. Everybody trying to make it seem like, oh yes, she's still going back to him. She still wanted him. She still wanted him. He did all this. Why? It's like because a lot of stuff was happening. She was still getting hit. She was still getting threats. So at this point, she, like you said, it's survival mode. And her keep going back. It's just no different from anybody else in regular day life. Keep going back to their freaking partners every day. And two is you had enough. Two, you had enough. So it's no different. Just because she was a celebrity or whether or not he was a celebrity doesn't make any difference. The only thing about it is that these celebrities have money. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much. Um, it's no different. They just have money and power. Regular day folks don't have that, but they still going through the same things. Still going through the same things. So I want people to understand that. Even though a lot of stuff people could say, yes, Cassie, it doesn't look good on you, but still, she's still sitting in there telling the truth. Whether it look bad on her or not, she's telling her story. Combs and Stavo, switching topics. When you say Mr. Combs went with guns to find Suge Knight, do you remember telling the government that you did go with him? Go with them? Victoria, no. Gustavo, let me show you. AUSA, just for the parties. Victoria, I did not go with them, so I don't think I said that. Combs Gustavo, you also did drugs with Miss Morgan, right? Victoria, yes. Gustavo, did you recall telling the government that you did not set what he did? Hit her in the head with a wooden hanger. Victoria, I saw the hanger. I saw he was angry that I was doing drugs with Kerry. Gustavo, this broke up your 17-year friendship with her? Victoria, it did. Did you tell Mr. Combs about your relationship with your now husband? No. Oh, you did not see what he did. Hit her. Okay. So maybe she said she didn't see it. And she saw anger. He was angry and everything. But I guess the friendship broke up because I guess there's a lot of things happening at that time. Combs and Stavo, Miss Morgan, sue you and Mr. Combs. Victoria made a demand. Estavo, and you paid part of that. Victoria, I did. Estavo, and you haven't spoken with her since. Victoria, maybe one text. Estavo, that was the relationship ender. Yes. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you. Yes. Combs Gustavo, you will heat up the baby oil. Victoria, yes. Gustavo, now, this is from day before the Intercontinental Hotel incident. AUSA Johnson, this is a long document. We need time to read it. We'll take a break then. 4:08 p.m. Just for Marion, we in the home stretch of the day. Let's get our jury back. All rise, jury entering. Combs Gustavo, is this from March 4th? AUSA, with USC time, it is March 3rd. Gustavo, okay, Mr. Combs refers to accessories. Victoria, from the premiere. Combs Gustavo, you sent him an explicit message. Victoria, say yes. Gustavo, he responded with a number of M's. He wrote, too bad you have to work, LOL. Victoria, he did. Gustavo, you asked him, are you feeling better? Then he discussing bodily functions. Yes. Victoria, could we just clarify what time these messages are really from with the UCT and USA? There is a stipulation on that. There is see below. It hereby stipulated and agreed by whom? By and amongst the United States of America by J. Carter, United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Mune Comey, Meredith Foster, Emily A. Johnson, Madison Redrick Spire, Christy Slavic, and Missy Steiner, Assistant United States Attorneys of Counsel, and Defendant Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, aka Love, by and through his attorneys Mark Affinio, Tenny Geragos, Alexandria A.E. Shapiro, Anna Estavo, Jason Disco, Brian Steele, Xavier Donaldson, and Nicole Westmoreland. That Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC, is 5 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. During Daylight Saving Time, which typically between early March and early November, UTC is 4 hours ahead of Eastern Daylight Time. Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC, is 8 hours ahead of Pacific Standard Time. During Daylight Saving Times, which is typically between early March and early November, UTC is 7 hours ahead of Pacific Daylight Time. Combs Gustavo, Mr. Combs went to your premiere lunch at London Hotel. Victoria, he did. Gustavo, then he says, I just got out of a spiritual therapy session. Victoria, I asked, how did it go? Time check is 1:06 p.m. I'm going to stop at 1:30 and end it there, and we're going to do part 3 another day, okay? So we're almost there. I asked, how did it go? Gustavo, he said it's a process. This is leading up to the hotel incident. Comes Gustavo, you said, baby, I want to F off so bad, you were X in your direct and said you didn't want him to ruin your premiere. Victoria, sure. Gustavo, Mr. Combs said, if we start at 7 p.m. and go until 7 p.m. and go until 4 a.m., what is going on here? That's like a job, like she said. Why are we doing that long time as a freak off? You could get enough rest after. Yes. That's way too long for a freak off. But okay. Gustavo, he's saying it to be a shorter than usual freak offs. Victoria, that's how I would understand it. Gustavo, what did you say? Victoria, Kerry is here. We can't do it at my house. Gustavo, you said that guy is sick. I'm not going to ask you what you meant. Gustavo, so you was turning to Johnny. He was a dancer or an escort. Victoria, we hire him as a dancer, but he did what an escort does. Gustavo, do you remember the beginning of this freak off in Intercontinental? Victoria, not really. Gustavo, the drugs was bad MDMA, right? Victoria, I have no idea. Jurors, it's flower o'clock. Jurors may go home. Do not look up anything about the case. All lies. Judge, thank you, Ms. Victoria. No discussion with the government. We'll see you tomorrow. Everyone else may be seated. Witness leave. Judge, how much more? Gustavo, let me check. AUSA Johnson, half an hour or on redirect. Agnes Video, we figured it out tomorrow. Judge, have your next witness ready? Who are they? AUSA Dawn Richard. Judge, if there are no more issues, someone needs to email the court. Okay. Let's see if we continue on with the cross examination. Okay. Hold up, bear with me, y'all. Let me get to the next one. Because I didn't think I was going to finish the 15 early enough. So I saved the 16. What's your thoughts? How you feel about the cross examination? They trying to do their job. And I guess people saying, oh my gosh, what's all this? No, let me go to my likes. Because I'm not doing all that. All right, hold up. Let me remove it. They definitely doing what they pay for. Yes, they're doing what they pay for. And at the end of the day, yes, it does sound so infamous in her defense, but I feel like it still plays that he still had more control and everything. He still was controlling everything. Even though she had to say things just to say things, just go on to please him. So I don't feel like it deterred my opinion of her in this case. I feel like she was still a victim in all this. But they had to do their job. But it still is not swaying my opinion of the matter. I feel like she's doing a great job, even if it doesn't go in her defense. But whatever. Judge, the government has said the defense cross examination could go until 4:30 p.m. and they limit themselves to 30 minutes of redirect. Coleman's lawyer, Anna Marie Estabo, we have evidentiary issues. Tell me about them. We should have been in writing. Yeah, so I guess the defense is not doing their job of submitting evidence and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on and what is the issues with doing these evidence and everything, but they're not on point with that. Comes to Stavo, we don't understand why they are taking time objecting to our exhibits. AUSA Johnson, they are proposing to use a video of Mr. Combs walking in nature, talking about God. Is it proper? Is it improper? Invited jury notification. Judge, let's hear it. Combs speaking about God. Combs established this was about him being in rehab, which Ms. Ventura didn't remember. So we want to refresh her recollection with this. AUSA Johnson, it cannot be played for her in front of the jury. Combs established, we have headphones. Judge, our jury is ready. Any more issues? Combs established, if the R is after the charge conduct, it shouldn't have come in. It's a huge issue for us. Judge, it's not a huge issue. You didn't raise it at the time. Combs established, we thought we could cross it. Judge, all rise. Good morning. You still under oath, Ms. Ventura. Combs established. You believe Mr. Combs was blacked out for the intercontinental event. Retort, I believe he was intoxicated. Everyone's definition is different. Estavo, but you said blackout. Combs Estavo, what did you write here? Retort, I wrote, when you get effed up the wrong way. Estavo, you meant drugs, Retort, and alcohol. Estavo, here, Mr. Combs writes to you, I'm so horny for you. AUSA Johnson, this is not an evidence. Okay, what is going on? Why this is not evidence, defense? Come on. Combs Estavo, here Mr. Combs is asking for sex soon after the intercontinental, right? Victoria, I was saying who he felt. Estavo, what did you write back? Victoria, I wrote, we need a different vibe than Friday at the intercontinental. It comes to Estavo, Mr. Combs, right? F Friday. I don't even want to do that again. What did you write? Victoria wrote, LOL, true. Estavo, Mr. Combs suspected you're having an affair with someone else in the industry. What happened when he took your phone? Victoria, we were in the car and he told me to call my mother. When I did, he grabbed my phone and took it. Combs Estavo, it was a big fight. Victoria, he was just gone. Estavo, for how long? Victoria, a few hours until my mother called the police. Combs Estavo, did Mr. Combs go through your phone? Victoria, I think so, and he called someone on it. Estavo, the person you had an affair with, an NFL player? Victoria, I don't know if he's playing anymore. Estavo, but he was an NFL player, and he was jealous. Combs Estavo, wasn't there a time he found out you were dancing with another person in the entertainment industry and took your phone, right? Victoria, I don't remember. Estavo, it was Chris Brown. Victoria, I was not dancing with him. And I didn't name Chris Brown on here. Combs Estavo, look at this. Victoria, now I see. Estavo, what else did Mr. Combs take? Victoria, my car, my passport when he angry. So he would take possessions too. As like he tried to trap her. He was trapping her. Estavo, let's refresh you about Mr. Combs being in the rehab. Victoria, I vaguely remember. Combs Estavo, why did you go to see Dona? Victoria, I went to Arizona to get away from the drugs. Estavo, I'm going to go to a new topic. Mr. Combs told you to get the video you heard about. What did you write? Victoria, I wrote, you keep putting me down. Combs Estavo, I'm going to play you some audio. Victoria saying, if you saw a video of someone effing me, who was effing me? You have it. Why didn't you show me? Because I'm not disrespectful, bro. Victoria, if you don't show me, I will unalive you, cut you up. Okay, she was angry. I know people going to take that and say, oh, see, she violent too. She was abusive too. I mean, listen, if you try to show me and you try to tell everybody that the video that you had of me that freaking everybody and you try to release it, yes, at some point people might get mad. I said, boy, if you show that, I will get you. Come on, you be okay. Somebody releasing stuff on you that not supposed to be released? Y'all tell me that. Still, the audio played for the jury. We told I would unalive you. I never alive anyone in my life. I'm going to F you up. It's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Tell me. Combs Estavo, this was you, right? Victoria, yes. Estavo, did Mr. Combs express concern about these videos being released? Victoria, when? Estavo, ever? Victoria, yes. Estavo, the escort Jonathan, you thought he took a video? Victoria, yes. Combs Estavo, Mr. Combs spent a lot of money to make sure the video did not get released. Victoria, I don't know. Estavo, you had a conversation with Jonathan Odie that was transcribed. Now, I know a lot of people say about his name. A lot of people say his name. And I guess he mentioned something that he was part of this, and he was like a sex worker himself for Diddy. I don't know. But I remember seeing his name a lot, so I don't know what she say about it. Victoria, I'm not sure. It's not what he was volatile. Victoria, I don't trust him. Combs Style, what did Mr. Combs say when you told him you thought Mr. Artie was recording it? Victoria, he said he'd take care of it. Estava, are you aware of an escort leaving comments on Mr. Combs' Instagram page? Victoria, I'm not. Combs Estava, now let's talk about rehab. Do you still Subazone? Victoria, something like that. Estava, what does it treat? Victoria, opiates addiction. AUSA objection. Overruled. Estava, you wrote a book in rehab. The places treat sexual compulsion. AUSA objection. Just sidebar. They're back. They're back. Combs Estava, did you get neurofeedback therapy? Victoria, yes. Estava, what is it? Victoria, they took something up to your head and show you things, see you how you act. Gustavo, were you told the effects of it? Victoria, help me with my trauma. Gustavo, Combs Gustavo, did you participate in EMDR? Victoria, yes. Gustavo, what does it do? Victoria, memories and processing them. Gustavo, the idea is you record prior traumatic memories, like for PTSD. You will be treated. You'll be treated for PTSD. Victoria say yes. Victoria, I was still physically developing. Combs Gustavo, you were 22. Victoria, women keep development after 22. Don't you think? Gustavo, but you're not suggesting you were still physically developing after 22. For Jill, Victoria, I'm not. You know, damn well she was not suggesting she was physically developing. She was saying she was still developing mentally and in her head, emotionally and everything in that aspect. Not physically, you know. Combs Gustavo, this message is about having a freak off without ketamine, right? AUSA Johnson, may I could confer with counsel? Judge, no, but we take a break. Jury leaves, more coming. With jury out, judge witness list by Sunday 5 p.m. But this will be other filings will clearly judicial documents be in documents. Judge, as for these law and text messages, use binders so we can save time. They're back. Combs Estavo. Mr. Combs wrote, you so predictable. You said you were going to tell him you don't want to do freak offs anymore, but you didn't say it, did you? Victoria, I did not. Estavo, here, you were suggesting freak offs with a girl. Combs Estavo, you said you found a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina while you were staying with your parents in Connecticut, right? Victoria, yes. Estavo, you decided to break up with him and he didn't threaten you, but suggested couples counseling? Victoria, I don't know. Combs Estavo, in 2018, you called it a closure conversation. Mr. Combs was inviting you to Burning Man, right? Victoria, yes. Estavo, I read Mr. Combs, you have anger. Victoria, I wrote my family's knows I'm not running around telling our business. Victoria, I wrote, I don't need you to be taking care of Kim and Gina. I need you to put me first. Comes to Star Wars. Please read these. Victoria, I wrote, you lied to me. She never went away. It was all the nail in the coffin. Star Wars, you meant Gina in the photo? Yes. Combs to Star Wars. In your civil lawsuit, you say Mr. Combs argued in September of 2018 and after you had dinner at the Italian restaurant in Malibu, right? Victoria, yes. Star Wars, did you meet with the U.S. on November 13th? No, on November 30th, 2023? Victoria, yes, not the exact date. Combs, Estava, in the meeting, you said the R took place after Mr. Combs returned from Burning Man. You said he was acting strangely at that dinner. Victoria, I don't remember exactly that word. Estava, did you meet the U.S. on April 8th, 2025? Her answer is around then. Combs Estava, the message to fakes FB, who's that? Victor Frank Black, a name he used. Estava, he wrote, I'm in investor conference. We'll get back to this. You still have love for him? Victor, I have love for the past and what it was. After yet another sidebar, they have a lot of sidebars. Combs Estava, you wrote, I didn't mean to be a B. I just don't get the time. He writes, just need you to be positive, correct? Victoria, yes. Estavo DX 1309. This is about a yoga instructor? Victoria, yes. Combs Estavo, what did you write? Victoria, I wrote, I stopped even caring. Victoria, Estavo, but did you care? Victoria, yes. Estavo, so he said you could date other people. Let's just talk about it, correct? Victoria, yes. Combs Estavo, what did you write? Victoria, I wrote, I do love you. I would just prefer not being one of your girlfriends. Let's get up tomorrow, right? I do studio from 6 to 9. Gustavo, he writes, can I hold you or you just going to break up with me? Combs Gustavo, and you wrote back, we can embrace, LOL, and you wanted to hug him, right? It's Victoria, that's what I said. Gustavo, did you have sexual intercourse with Mr. Combs that night? Victoria, I did. Gustavo, and doing that, Your now husband FaceTime you, right? Yes. So Combs established your now husband didn't know you were with Mr. Combs at the time. He told her, I don't know what he knew. Established. Later he discovered it. AUSA, objection, judge overruled. Established. You don't remember, you don't your husband, you were R. I guess you didn't tell your husband you were R. We told her, not that evening. Combs established. After Miss Porter's memorial stories, you wrote to him that you were going home. Why he called Kim his soulmate? What was the 11 years about? Retort, yes. Established. That was awful. Retort, at the time, yes. Combs established. And after the memorial stories, you never saw Mr. Combs again, right? Retort, I did not. Established. He let you go, right? Retort, I never saw him again. I don't know about letting me go. Established. You got married to the love of your life, right? Judge break. I mean, you understand that. I mean, she was like, the 11 years we had together, whether he, at this point, yeah, we all know the 11 years was mostly for him using her for sex work and everything, but at this point, she still feel like she had some connection to him. You don't know what he was saying to her all the time, be her or something, all that stuff still, she felt like all the time we spent together, even though it probably was cruel, I still had love for him and love for the past. I love whatever was happening. So you had me with you all secret privately, but you were exposed to someone else in the public, and what all that years go for? So I feel like her emotions is valid. It's like at some point she has valid emotions about feeling used, feeling not being claimed, and whatnot. It's a lot. It is a lot to what someone go through. So what she was going through at that time is like, okay. So what was I? What was I? They're back. Judge, let's get them done before the jury returns. Combs and Stavo, we think it's appropriate for this message to come in. AUSA Johnson, we still have issues with phrases like, I like to reconnect. AUSA Johnson, what state of mind is this being offered for? Judge, there are proportions that are appropriately admissible, so this needs to be readapted. If it's going to be admitted to evidence, for example, in the 5th paragraph, I'll be getting my life together. No. Combs and Stavo, we can get that in through other exhibits. Judge, you can redact that now. And Stavo, I will do it right now. Also, Combs Tenant Jericho's on exhibits and redactions. Combs and Stavo, I want to say we're going to finish with course faster than he thought, probably before the next break. Combs X video, may I ask, speak with the government for 1 minute? Bring the jury back. Judge, jury entering. Combs and Stavo, Ms. Victoria, we almost done here. Victoria, thank you. Gustavo, I will read Mr. Combs' message. You're going to make a beautiful mother. God bless. Victoria, I said thank you. God bless. Victoria, I wrote, we should talk and have closure. Combs Gustavo. Mr. Combs sent back a tear face emoji. He said, you were always my ride or die. Victoria, I thought it was nice. He said you was always a ride or die, but he never claimed you. Okay. And he did say that in one of the live that he got on it, and he said, thank you, Cassie, for riding down for me, all that stuff like that, and going through me and sticking there with me the whole time. Knowing that all that time he was doing some nasty stuff towards her and using her for free calls and everything, that's the time that she started this sentiment. But she was the ride die in private, but never was claimed publicly, huh? It's that what you've been craving that. Before. I don't know, I was craving now. Combs, that's not what he shaped you over 11 years. She was silent. Gustavo, you shape each other. Victoria, yes. Gustavo, your husband a physical trainer? Victoria, yes. Gustavo, the house you grew up in Connecticut was relatively modest compared to mansions? Yes. Gustavo, you were preparing to tour with Matt Tester. Victoria, yes. He's an engineer. Gustavo, once you settle your settlement, you cancel the tour, right? Victoria, yes. Gustavo, because you no longer need the money? Victoria, that wasn't the reason. Comes to Gustavo. After the hotel wrote, want to freak off one last time, what did you write? So I don't want to be the last time. I want freak off for the first time. It's not with no further direct. No further questions. Judge, redirect. I don't want it to be the last time. I want freak off for the first time. Okay. All right. So AOC Johnson, Miss Victoria, you were shown these messages. Were you ended? I don't want to freak off for the last time. I want it to be the first time for the rest of your lives. What did you say after that? Victoria, yes, I'm horny. Just got over a UTI. AUSA Johnson, will you show messages today in which you and Sean were kind and loving? Victoria, yes. AUSA, did those periods ever last? Come and start with objection. Judge overruled. Victoria, no, they didn't last. They are downswing. AUSA Johnson, what word did Sean open up to you? Victoria, a word of chaos. A world. AUSA Johnson, in an 11-year relationship, what did you want to have sex with? We told only him at the time. So I guess she said she wanted to freak off with him at that time for the first time without anybody else. And not no escorts, nothing, just me and you. Only him at that time. AUSA, well, Sean wrote, seduce me all day. What did you do? Rhetor, write about freak offs. AUSA Johnson, were you able to cancel work obligations for freak offs? Victoria, yes, if I was told to. AUSA, when you were shooting the movie in South Africa and you blocked him, how did he contact you? Victoria Dumia, AUSA Johnson, he said he don't remember hurting you. Did you believe him? Victoria, not always, because I knew him. There were times he was pretty aware of what he was doing. It's just who he was. I see him be violent with other people. AUSA Johnson, on the way back with Cans, what did Sean do? Victoria, he played a video of me having sex with an escort. AUSA, what he said he would do? Victoria, he released it. AUSA, when you got to New York, what did Sean ask for? Victoria, a freak off, or he released it? AUSA Johnson, when Sean wrote, you ready for tonight, what did he mean? Freak off. AUSA, were you afraid he would do it if you did not do that freak off? AUSA Estavo, I guess that means, no, that's Combs Estavo. Objection. Judge overruled. Victoria, I don't know that week. Judge, next question. AUSA Johnson, do you have any doubts that Sean are you? Combs Estavo, objection. Judge overruled. Victoria, I have no doubt. AUSA, after Sean are you on August 18th, do you later have consensual sex with Sean with your husband FaceTime you? Yes. Okay. AOC Johnson, why did you cancel the tour? After I found my civil suit, I was overwhelmed. Addressing that past the way that I choose to was overwhelming. I don't want to go. AOC, do you plan to file more lawsuits, Victoria? No. AOC Johnson, will you give the $20 million back if you have had time to do freak offs? Will you give the $20 million back if you hadn't have had to do the freak offs? Comes and start with objection. Judge overruled. Retort, I would give it back to get my agency back. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. She got to settlement because she went through a lot of pain and stuff like that through that whole time, and she was losing money, not getting paid for the non-missile album she didn't get done. So yes, if she never had to do freak off, I would think she never would have had to file a lawsuit. If they was going on doing what she was supposed to sign for, the 10 albums that she was supposed to go for. So yes, that money for pain and suffering. It is what it is. And she said, AUSA, did he beat you doing freak offs? Victoria said yes, and she started crying. AUSA, were you open to freak offs at the beginning? Victoria, at the beginning. AUSA, did you tell him that you no longer want to do them? Yes. more than once? AUSA, what concerns you have you about saying no to free calls? A, safety, career, love, all that. AUSA, Johnson, no further questions. Judge, Ms. Estavo. Combs Estavo, you knew Mr. Combs' sexual preference was these free calls, right? Victoria, I learned. Estavo, it was part of being his girlfriend. Victoria, yeah. Estavo, you kept your old device? Yes. Okay, let me see how many more, because I think I could finish the rest. If it's a lot more, then we might have to end it here, y'all. Okay, we will have to end it there. Let me read one more statement, and we have to end it there. So, Gustavo, and free calls videos in this case, they were all on those devices you kept for 2012 or 2014. So I don't know what year. Gustavo, you were able to stand on this side at the Met Gala being his girlfriend. Have you asked the producers? Yes. Gustavo, beyond Kid Cudi, what other musicians will you put in the studio with? Will you put in the studio with Nicki Minaj? Victoria? Yes. No, this is the first and so far only reference to Nicki Minaj in the trial. Yes. Will you put in the studio with Lil Wayne? Victoria, yes. Gustavo, and with Rick Ross and Pusha T. Am I forgetting any names? Victoria, you got a lot of names. Gustavo, you are self-conscious about your musical talent, right? Victoria, I wouldn't say that. Gustavo, you had a bad performance on 106 Apart. Victoria, early in my career. Gustavo, you did music videos. Were you they successful? Judge, maybe we have a sidebar. Sidebar. Yeah, girl. Let's end there. Shall we end at May 16th? And D-Rock fan member. All right, y'all. So part three gonna start from here and continue on what Monday and let Monday Tuesday give us because I'm gonna do it again on Wednesday. So that was that so far. How y'all feel about what's happening and everything? Like I said, even when some of the stuff didn't show good and favor in her direction, she still told the truth. And then what it is, at the end of the day, she was coerced, she was threatened, she was violent. He was violent towards her. She had to do the free calls in the beginning. Yes, maybe she was with it, but after that, numerous times she told him no. But numerous times he threatened her, fined her, did numerous acts towards her to make her say yes. He ordered, he would do things. So all that still stands. Whether she was down for it in the beginning and said, "Nah, I'm not with it anymore." You could withdraw consent at any time. Just because you say yes one time doesn't mean you're gonna be saying yes for the rest of your life. No, you can withdraw consent at any time, and that's what happened. She told the news numerous times. Documented saying no. He kept pressuring her, kept wanting her to do it. She at some point she had to get saying, "Just you know what, figure yes, I will do it. I will do it. I'll do it because get you off my back. And if I say no, you'll find me. You'll get a hold of me, no matter where I was at." So yeah, so take that what you have to take, y'all. I just feel like this is a lot going on. She did mention some names here. So hopefully we'll see what the rest is given and whatnot. But I commend her for standing on this trial, being strong. And yes, oh, thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate you. Hope you come through for more. And that's that. We're gonna take from that because at the end of the day, it's more going on. Like I said, this is only the first week, y'all. We about to start week 2, and it seemed like what others because they're gonna drive it home. I believe the prosecutors are gonna drive it home. If you believe they're not making a good case, y'all let me know and tell me why you don't think they make the good case. But all I feel like at the end of the day, the hiring escorts, the drugs, the traveling her to different states to do free courses in different areas, that all leads up to RICO and racketeering. And if there's other people that's out there, we'll get that testimony if they have that people there. Until then, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for coming through for this Sunday morning. You could be anywhere else, but you're here listening to me. So at that, please like that like button, subscribe if you're new. Thank you for Wendy for being a new subscriber. And I'll see y'all next time. Probably on Wednesday. For part 3 of the Diddy trial. All right. I appreciate y'all. I know she's going to mention another settlement, and other people going to say about that. I said, doesn't matter. Pay for what it's worth. Pay her for what it's worth, and that's it. It doesn't take away from the fact that he did what he did. Okay? Talk to you later. Peace out. Oh, wait, hold up. Peace out, y'all. All right. Talk to you later. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And hit me over Discord if you want to continue the conversation. All right. Talk to you later. Peace out.